The celestial gates of Lerida. Dr. Nathaniel Webb shivered despite the desert heat as he gazed upon the massive stone archway emerging from the windswept dunes. After decades of academic ridicule and 3 failed expeditions, he had finally discovered what the ancient Sumerian texts called the gateway to the sky people, the entrance to Lerida. "It's impossible," whispered Sophia, his longtime research partner, tracing her fingers over the peculiar metallic inlays that somehow hadn't corroded despite for millennia exposed to the harsh elements. These alloys shouldn't exist in antiquity. The lost civilization of Lerida had long been dismissed as myth, a fantastical tale inscribed on scattered clay tablets that spoke of a desert kingdom whose people possessed knowledge of the stars so profound they could predict celestial events with mathematical precision unmatched until the modern era. According to fragmentary accounts, they vanished overnight around 2100 BCE, leaving behind only whispers of their existence. Unlike the grand monuments of Egypt or Mesopotamia that dominated landscapes as testaments to their creator's power, Leridian architecture embraced subtlety. Their structures appeared unassuming. From a distance, low-profile buildings that blended with the natural topography. It was only upon closer inspection that one discovered their true marvel: perfectly smooth surfaces, precise geometric alignments, and most remarkably, a system of interconnected chambers that created natural cooling currents in the desert heat. "The alignment is perfect," Nathaniel muttered, consulting his astronomical charts. The massive arch framed the constellation Lyra exactly as ancient texts had described, visible only during this specific week of the year when sandstorms typically made the region inaccessible. No wonder previous expeditions had failed. As dawn broke on the second day, the team discovered the entrance to the underground city, a spiraling ramp descending into darkness. The air below was surprisingly fresh, circulated through an ingenious system of wine shafts that connected to the surface at strategic points across the desert, many disguised as natural rock formations. What awaited them beneath the sands defied explanation. Circular chambers connected by perfectly straight corridors extended 4 kilometers in all directions. The walls bore no triumphant scenes of conquest or worship common to other ancient civilizations. Instead, they featured intricate diagrams of star systems, mathematical formulas, and what appeared to be detailed anatomical studies of plants, animals, and human beings. "This isn't art, it's scientific documentation," Sophia marveled, photographing a wall that depicted what unmistakably resembled cell structures, rendered with such accuracy it would have required microscopic observation, supposedly unavailable for another 3,500 years. Most puzzling was the complete absence of hierarchical imagery. No kings, no gods, no ruling class dominated the iconography, where other ancient societies devoted massive resources to tombs and temples glorifying their elite. Lyridian infrastructure focused on communal spaces, learning centers, and what appeared to be research facilities. One chamber contained hundreds of small clay discs, marked with an undeciphered notation system that Nathaniel suspected might be a sophisticated form of data storage. "It's as if their entire society was organized around knowledge rather than power," Nathaniel remarked, as they entered what appeared to be a central chamber. Here stood the most astonishing find: a massive metallic sphere, 6 meters in diameter, suspended within a ring of stone pillars. Its surface featured a detailed celestial map showing not just the visible stars, but accurately depicting celestial bodies invisible to the naked eye. Carbon dating of organic material found in nearby quarters placed the city's active period between 2600 and 2100 BCE, ending abruptly without signs of conflict, disease, or environmental catastrophe. The living quarters appeared to have been methodically emptied rather than abandoned in haste. Personal possessions were absent, storage chambers cleared of provisions. It was as if the entire population had packed their belongings and departed, according to some predetermined plan. On the expedition's 5th day, Sophia made a discovery that would forever change our understanding of ancient civilizations. In a small, easily overlooked chamber, she found a collection of crystal cylinders, each containing thin metal scrolls, preserved in a transparent amber-like substance. When carefully unrolled under laboratory conditions, these scrolls revealed texts in multiple ancient languages, alongside a previously unknown script. The partial translations completed thus far tell a remarkable story. The Lyridians described themselves as custodians rather than creators of their knowledge. Their writings spoke of a cyclical understanding of civilization, where advanced knowledge is discovered, preserved through periods of darkness, then rediscovered when humanity is ready. Most controversially, certain passages seemed to suggest that they didn't disappear, but rather relocated, according to astronomical calculations, predicting some kind of celestial event. The scientific community remains deeply divided over the Lyridian discoveries. Conservative scholars argue that the site represents an anomalous but explainable development of an isolated culture that eventually migrated due to changing climate conditions. Others suggest cultural cross-pollination with other advanced societies through trade networks, more extensive than previously understood. More radical interpretations have emerged as well. Some researchers point to the unusual isotopic composition of the metal alloys and propose theories of extraterrestrial knowledge transfer. Others suggest that Lyridia represents evidence of a previously unknown global civilization that collapsed, with only this isolated pocket preserving its advanced understanding before eventually dispersing into surrounding cultures. What cannot be disputed is the mathematical precision encoded in the Lyridian astronomical charts. Using their calculations, astronomers recently identified a previously undetected exoplanet in the Lyra constellation exactly where the ancient diagrams indicated a celestial body would be found. As Nathaniel and Sophia prepared to present their findings at the International Archaeological Congress, both wrestled with implications that extended far beyond their academic training. If a civilization possessed such advanced knowledge over 4 millennia ago, what does this suggest about the linear progression of human development so central to our understanding of history? Perhaps most unsettling was the final translated passage from the crystal cylinders. When the celestial gates align once more, we shall return to continue our work. Astronomical calculations based on the Lyridian calendar system indicate this alignment will next occur in approximately 8 years. As we await this date, the windswept dunes have begun reclaiming the excavation site, covering the ancient gateway once more with shifting sands. Whether Lyridia represents a lost chapter of human achievement or something altogether more profound remains hidden beneath the desert, a mystery wrapped in time, mathematics, and stars, patiently waiting for humanity to decipher its final message.